Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Dr. Mom Show. Retake. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Dr. Mom Show. This is Dr. D, mom of three, your host. I hope you are doing awesome and your June is going fantastic. Can you believe that we are already halfway done with 2021? So I always remind people to go ahead, take a look back at how 2021 has been for you, if there's been any good, bad, ugly, and then how can you make it better? What can you improve? What can you change for the rest of 2021 to make 2021 an even better year, but even more so to make 2022 an even better year? So I hope you're tuned into that. Stay tuned to the Dr. Mom Show. If you missed any episodes prior, please make sure you check those out. To check out all the experts, all the amazing information that's getting dropped on you here. Of course, remember that the Dr. Mom Show is a medical informational resource. It does not take the place of your physician or your child's physician. So please seek your medical advice, treatments, and diagnoses from your physician or your child's physician. And of course, before we get started today, I just want to give a shout out to Alea Publishing. Whoop, whoop, Alea. If you want to turn your vision into legacy and write your story, whether it be your own personal story, or if you're wanting to write something fictional, whatever it may be, doing a devotional, whatever it may be, a how-to guide, a manual, definitely check out aleapublishingllc.com. Amazing. Well, today I am writing solo, and it's all good because, sometimes it's nice to be by myself. So you get to hear me talk today all the time. And today we are going to focus on safe skin during the summer. Yes, it is getting warm outside. It is warm here where I am. It's been nice. We've already gone swimming, which has been so nice. Definitely the water is not super warm yet, but you know how kids are. They'll jump into any temperature of water. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that crazy how kids will do that? But as we get older, we become so much more sensitive to different temperatures. But yes, today we are focusing on safe skin during the summer. Now, if you didn't know, this last month, which was May, was Skin Cancer Awareness Month, which again, we have these awareness months. So a little extra attention is paid to those medical diagnoses or whatever the case may be, or situations, so that we focus on educating people on what they should do and how they can prevent this. But today, I really want to focus on false notions about skin cancer and skin protection when you have darker skin. And that's because, one, if you check out my YouTube channel or you've seen me, I am darker. I am from Guyana, South America. I am West Indian descent. So I really want to focus on that because a lot of people of darker skin have a false notion that you can't get cancer. And let me tell you something, South America growing up, nobody was putting on suntan lotion, just so you know that. So I wasn't brought up wearing suntan lotion. Really, that was when I came over to the United States with my family that I learned more about that. But as skin cancers, the incidence grows, we're finding out that, of course, people with darker skin are also at risk of skin cancer. Now, first of all, just to give you a little background, with our skin complexion, we have something named melanin that's in our skin. And melanin is what gives us the pigmentation of things like our skin, our eyes, our hair. So, I have dark hair. If you've seen my picture, I have dark eyes. So that's that melanin that you have. However, some people believe that melanin is a protectant of skin, but it is not. It is for pigmentation. So make a note of that. That melanin is a pigmentation for the skin, not a protectant. So because of this, a lot of times some people with darker skin have a tendency to say like, oh, I can go out in the sun and not necessarily wear a sunblock or not take precautions, wear a hat, whatever it is. However, according to the Skin Cancer Foundations, this is what they say. that skin cancers are less prevalent in non-white racial ethnic groups. That's like myself, I'm non-white. But when they occur, they tend to be diagnosed at a later stage and as a result have a worse prognosis. So to help you guys understand that, what it means is that obviously the chance of someone darker getting skin cancer is a little less than someone who is white. However, it seems that since when we're a little darker, we kind of take it for granted. When we go in with a spot or a lesion that we're concerned about, it seems like it's further advanced and there's a worse prognosis, whether that be it's larger, a bigger piece of skin has to be removed, or if it's like something like melanoma, where if you do not know, melanoma can metastasize, so it can spread to organs, to bone. Melanoma is a very aggressive and scary skin cancer. So the prognosis is just worse. So speaking of melanoma, just so you know, 3 types of skin cancer are basal cell carcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma, and melanoma. And again, melanoma is the most aggressive and dangerous skin cancer. So what triggers these skin cancers? If you didn't know, now you know. It's ultraviolet or UV radiation does. So those rays from the sun. And do not be fooled. If you are in some place that is cold most of the year, or winter, whatever the case may be, do not forget that UV rays are still there. Even on a cloudy day, UV rays are still there. So essentially, we should be wearing sunblock daily, even in the winter time, especially if we have a higher risk, such as if we have a family history of skin cancer. We should be wearing it daily. And when it gets hotter, when we're like swimming and going out and sweating, we should be even more vigilant, because those are the times that we should reapply. And this is some stuff that I'm going to talk about as we go through the show. So just make note that even on cloudy days or cold days, UV rays are still there. Now, there's 2 types of UV rays that can increase the risk of skin cancer. Of course, the first one is UVA and UVB, which I'm sure everybody has heard of. Now, according to the Skin Cancer Foundation, aging is associated with UVA, while sunburns are associated with UVB. So you can remember it by aging, UVA. So UVA increases the aging process, so you look a little wrinkly. Have you ever seen, especially women, those people who have been out in the sun for long, they're wrinkled up. And I will say that's one nice thing about darker skin. I personally feel darker skin ages like wine. It ages in a fine and refined manner, and normally shows less wrinkles on the skin. So an increased exposure to UVA rays increases the aging process of the skin, so the skin looks older sooner, whereas UVB increases your sunburns, so going out in the sun and getting red and things like that. Break. Ready to restart. So now that you know more about UVA, UVBs, that even if you have darker pigmented skin, which again comes from melanin, which is for pigmentation, not protection of the skin, what can you start doing today to decrease your risk of skin cancer if you have skin of color? So today I just want to leave with you 3 things that you can do for yourself and your family. Very simple things that I feel are so easy and you can like slap into your everyday life. So, first of all, you want to protect your skin. So, again, like I just talked about, make sure that you always wear sunscreen. The American Academy of Dermatology Association recommends that sunscreen is water resistant and offers a SPF or a broad spectrum protection that has at least 30 or more. Just so you're aware, I use at least 50 for myself. Now, a big mistake that people make in applying sunscreen is that they put it on right before they go outside. So, they're like in the car, you're at the beach, and you're like, oh, let me get this on. But in reality, you should be applying sunscreen about 15 to 30 minutes before you're getting ready to lay on the beach or go to the pool, whatever the case may be. And again, just a reminder, on cloudy and sunny days, you should be applying sunscreen, because remember, those UV rays are still present on sunny, cloudy, and wintry days. And of course, especially in the summertime, don't forget to reapply sunscreen at least every 2 hours, especially if you're sweating or doing a lot of water activity. Because even though it's water resistant, please know water resistant doesn't mean that it won't wash off with water. Of course, any cream you use, any lotion will wash off with water at some point, even if it's thick or has a barrier. After a while it does wash off. Now, number 2 is to shade your skin. Now, if you know that you're going to be out in the sun for a longer period of time, so for example, if your husband or your brother or your dad does a lot of yard work and is out there, or if you yourself love gardening, especially during the most intense UV times, like around noon. Noon is probably like the peak of the UV rays. You want to wear long sleeves that is a light material, so cotton or linen. I love linen, but of course, just as a side note, be careful when you wash linen because linen shrinks when you dry it. So definitely be careful with that. I've been through that. So again, shade your skin, longer sleeves. And then the best time, like I mentioned, this UV rays are highest at about noon to 1 o'clock. But the best times to be outside, like if you walk or again you garden, is earlier in the morning and then later in the afternoon. So the best times are before 10 a.m. in the morning and then after 4 p.m. in the afternoons, because during these 2 windows, the sun's rays aren't as strong as they are right in the middle of the day. So of course, if you go swimming and things like that and you don't want to burn, or you're like, oh, I definitely don't want to be in the hot sun, either morning or later in the afternoon is good. If you love the sun, which I love the sun, just be careful that you're wearing that sunblock, you're in the shade. If you have a swimsuit cover, maybe do one that's long sleeve and linen or cotton. So again, keeps you not burning hot, still cool, but also offers that protection. Another thing is wearing a hat. Remember, skin cancer can occur in the scalp. Also note that skin cancer can increase the risk of hair loss, with hair falling out. So you always want to protect your scalp. Remember, when you put on sunscreen, you can always apply some sunscreen into your scalp. You don't want to scrape it in. You just want to rub it in and apply it. Ooh, messed up my hair a little bit here. You just want to apply it, especially in your part. If you do have a part, if you are bald or missing hair somewhere, apply the hair, pardon me, the sunscreen where you are bald. So remember that even if you're wearing a hat. So wear a hat if you can. And of course, if there's a spot, I know some people wear the now I can't remember what they're called, visors. They wear the visor hats where it has the front, but the middle part's like a Velcro part. So it goes around, it wraps around the head. So not necessarily covering the scalp. So make sure that you apply that sunscreen. Finally, if you're at a park or having a picnic or anything like that, try to find an area that has shade to it so you're not directly in the sun, because of course I love going to the park. Some people, you go and you're spending like all day at the park, so you will be at the park at those like peak hours of the UV rays. So you just want to find some place that's shaded. And then lastly, scheduled skin checks. So it's a good idea, of course, to do self skin checks. So take a look, see if you have any moles or spots that you've noticed since you were younger, see if they're changing, if they're staying the same. Of course, it's great if you have a full length mirror, but of course, it's even better if you have a partner or a spouse or a friend, whatever it is, a kid, if your mom and your daughter can do your skin check, whatever it is, and you're just looking for moles, skin lesions, freckles. With freckles, it becomes a little harder because people who have a lot of freckles, of course, it's really hard to keep track of all your freckles and if they're changing. But essentially, the goal of these skin checks is to monitor the lesions for any changes, especially when it comes to any discoloration or change in size. Those are two really, really big things to watch for. Now, if you have a lot of moles, freckles, some people as they get older, if they're very fair skin, they'll have what we call sunspots. You should see a dermatologist, and that's just a skin doctor, and you should see them at least once a year. So annually, you should be going to get your skin checked. Normally, what happens is when you go for your regular physical with your doctor, you can say, hey, I have this mole that's been there since I was little, but over the past couple of months or years, I've noticed that it's gotten bigger, or the color has changed, or it's irritating me, whatever the goal may be, because you need to get a skin check done from head to toe. And when I say from head to toe, it is truly from head to toe, because skin cancer can occur between your butt cheeks, or the medical term is gluteal, your gluteal cheeks. It can occur, under your arms. I mean, there's just different spots that it can occur. It can occur under your nails, whether it's your fingernail or your toenail. So very, very important. Under your foot. I mean, who's looking under their feet all the time for a lesion? Not most people. So it can occur in different places. So make sure that if you are doing self skin checks, which is important, that you're looking everywhere, and even more so if you have any lesions or moles, that you are going ahead and seeing a skin doctor for those skin checks. Now, of course, if you find something that is concerning to you, one thing you can do is take a picture, or even if you see a spot that you just want to follow, is take a picture, and then every couple months keep taking a picture. And then, of course, if you're super concerned, you should be seeing your physician for that. Now, the American Academy of Dermatology recommends that self-checks be done on a monthly basis. So that's not necessarily that you're going into a dermatologist. It's just if you see a lesion, you should be looking at your skin, especially in the summertime, on a monthly basis. And again, of course, if you notice anything that is concerning, abnormal, or changes, you need to talk to your primary care doctor and get in with a skin doctor. Now, one good thing about skin cancer is that it is preventable. I told you about those are just 3 types. There's some other types, but 3 types that I'm hitting on are the bigger ones. But again, melanoma is the one that is super aggressive and very dangerous. So since skin cancer is preventable, that's why it's so important to take these steps to, again, protect your skin, shade your skin, and get your scheduled skin check. I spelt my skin check wrong. Let me fix that. Get your scheduled skin checks in. So that's so important to do that. Because again, we want our skin to stay safe during the summer. Now, what you need to do is you want to be comfortable in your skin. You don't want to be uncomfortable. We still want you to have fun in the sun, because that's one fantastic part of summer that we all enjoy. I know I enjoy it with my family, and it's just so great. So we want you to have a fantastic summer. We want you to have a fantastic year, because like I mentioned, the UV rays are present at all times. So you should be protecting yourself at all times. Cloudy, sunny, rainy, wintertime, snowy, hailing, whatever it is, you should be protecting yourself. So again, today, have safe skin during the summer so you can feel comfortable in your skin and you can feel safe. So, of course, before I finish out, I am going to do my empowerment challenge. Woo woo! For those of you joining in for the first time, season 3. This is season 3 of the Dr. Mom Show, and I am doing a new empowerment challenge where I give 3 options, 3 topics, and whether it's a guest or myself, just pick one and talk about it. So the 3 topics are: number 1, reclaiming your identity; number 2, mastering parenthood; and number 3, re-identifying your God-given intuition. So of course today, since I am talking about your skin, I'm going to pick reclaiming your identity. And this, I just want to hit on your physical skin, but also like emotionally and mentally how we feel in our skin. So of course, my whole show has been about physically keeping your skin healthy and making sure it's awesome and beautiful, because we all want beautiful skin, especially as women. But the other thing that's so important is how we mentally and emotionally feel in our skin. And if you know, there's a saying that says, you're comfortable in your skin. And part of that is really loving who you are and being self-confident and having self-respect and realizing how resilient you are. So today I want to encourage you listeners, those of you who are watching the show today, to be comfortable in your skin, not only physically for us to take care of it health wise, but also mentally and emotionally, to know that this is who I am. This is me. This is my skin complexion. And I think I've spoken to you guys before about my experience. So when I was younger, my sister is much lighter than I am. And people would always say, why am I so dark? And how I came out darker than my sister, and yada, yada, yada. And in reality, now I think there is no button in any mama's womb that you push a light button or a dark button. It's something that God just predestined, and that's how he has made us. And you just have to be comfortable with it. And, I love my skin. So many people compliment me on it because they're like, natural tan. You don't even have to worry about trying to get tan in the summer. And I just get much darker in the summer. So I just encourage you today to be comfortable in your skin, both physically, but also mentally and emotionally. Thank you for listening, everybody. I'm so excited. You better stay in safe skin during this summer. You should know everything. Protect your skin, shade your skin, get your schedule, skin checks done. Of course, before I leave, I have to remind you to pre-order your copy of Dr. Mom's Ultimate Guide today to happy, healthier, and safe families. I love this book that we've worked on because it has brought together myself and some collaborating authors about how to keep your kids happy, healthy, and safe, but not only your kids, your family in general. And that's what we as moms love and want. And of course, don't forget to check out my website, www.drdeleenmushalak.com. Follow me on Instagram at the Dr. Mom _show. And then of course, Facebook, the Dr. Mom Show. Feel free to hop on my group, Fulfill Females. I've slacked a little bit with my challenges. I've been so busy since I got my obesity board, trying to get that up and running and doing a million different things. But it is a nice place for just women to support each other, talk to each other, and have each other a voice to listen to. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the Dr. Mom Show YouTube channel. And don't forget to leave a review. Remember, Mama says, only say nice things if you have something to say. If you have something mean to say, don't say it at all. So leave a review at the Dr. Mom Show podcast. You can find the Dr. Mom Show on all podcast platforms, including radiolove.com, iHeart Radio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. So you guys, again, I hope you've enjoyed this show. Don't forget to have a safe summer. Now you know all the steps of being safe during this summer in your skin. And of course, as Dr. Mom always says, don't forget to wash your hands, kiss your kids, love your families, and say your prayers. Good night. Love you guys. Bye-bye.